What's up, internet? Current 1776 here at the pond. That could mean several things, but definitely means one thing. We fitting to go fishing, yo. So we got this product in, and I want to give it a little testy test, if you know what I'm saying. Pretty cool little thing right here that I think would be an awesome addition to like an emergency fishing kit, you know, survival kits and things like that. It's called the Speedhook. Check that thing out. This apparently is used quite a bit with ice fishermen. I want to see how it works in a situation that doesn't have ice. I think that this would be a pretty cool thing to have in a kit and all, if it works. Obviously, we're fixing to try it out. Let me show it to you first, and then we'll do some fishing. All right there, so here we go, the Speedhook. As you can see here, it's a piece of wire, swivel, some fishing line, Speedhook right there. It's the pan fishing version right here. Assuming that's maybe a little bit smaller gauge of wire and obviously lighter fishing line. So the way this doodad right here works is you got this wire here, it's clearly got a loop in it with a swivel on it. There's your hook. It also comes with this little tool right here, which I'll talk about here in just a second. So what this is supposed to do is you set it and forget it. Nah, not quite. But you set this and it stays in this position here, and when a fish bites at the hook, at your bait, it triggers it and it automatically wants to spring back to this position, in essence setting the hook for you. So in a survival situation, that'd be really cool, because you know, you want to be minimalistic, maybe not have a fishing rod with you, maybe not have a way where you can set the hook yourself. You know, you could have several of these, tie them to branches on trees and let them suspend into the water, or just using kind of a hand line type rig, which I got here to give it a shot. You got this ring right here on this side, and then you've got this here. This is your trigger mechanism, and it goes into the ring. So clearly you want to bait your hook first, but then you set that into that ring right there. So when a fish hits it, it slips that trigger out of that ring right there, and it returns to its open position, essentially setting the hook. So it comes with this hook right here. I believe that's a number 6 hook right there. It's got little barbs on it. And then the line runs through this swivel. So it runs through that swivel, and then that ring hooks to your trigger. What this little tool is for is so that you can adjust your tension. So if you need the trigger to be lighter, you bend this out. And then the other way is to bend it inward. If you do that, it will increase the tension needed to trigger. So if you notice you're getting a lot of misfires or whatever, strikes that aren't catching the fish, maybe it's triggering a little bit too soon, they're just nibbling at it and it's being triggered, you can bend this one inward and that will increase the trigger strength. We're going to leave it like this to start and see if we have to adjust it. So what am I attaching this to? Well, I got this right here. Pick this up. It's a really cool piece of kit. It's called the Master Blaster Stratocaster. It's got dual ball bearing planetary overdrive. Really good reel right here. Check that out. That's all you really need, man. It's only $7.97 retail. You just whip it on out there. This is all you need to do some fishing, folks. An old can, old bottle, whatever, some fishing line, hooks, obviously, things like that. But fishing line and, you know, hopefully a bobber or something that you'll have in an emergency fishing kit. These, unfortunately, are kind of easy to come by because people throw them all over the place. But they also make little hand reels and stuff like that, and Exotac's got one in development right now that hopefully I'm gonna have my hands on soon to test out for them. So we're gonna tie this on to my advanced fishing rod here. All right, so we're all tied up here. We got our fishing line attached to the swivel. Now we're ready to bait our hook. Got this little spinner bait right here, worm. Put him on the old hook here, like so. So now we're gonna set our trigger. And that is essentially how it sets in the water. My bobber's falling apart. I need to replace my bobber. Might not bob very well. I guess you really don't need a bobber. Obviously, if you're using a stick or something like that, you can keep it suspended. But since I'm not using a stick, I'm going to rely on the bobber to keep my bait suspended so it's just not sitting on the ground. So let's go over here and toss it in and see if we can catch us something other. See if I can find a spot that ain't full of freaking moss and grass and see if we can catch a fish with this thing. All right. So it's too heavy for my bobber apparently. Might need to have two on there. Testing, folks, testing. So apparently it's hit. Just tripped on me. So apparently the weight of that wire surprisingly is too much for that bobber right there. I'm gonna put my broken one on there. Maybe add a little bit of buoyancy to it if I can get it on there. Two bobbers. Two bobbers is working a little bit better. Oh, got one. Didn't even have to set the hook. It's gonna be all in that grass. Come on. It works. That's a fatty right there. A lot of junk on there. Man, that's a big one. That right there will make a turd. Yeehaw. That's a good one right there. So yeah, it worked. It set the hook for me. I mean, I was looking at the camera when it got it. It's a big old brim, that right there. That's a slab right there. Try one more. The two bobbers just were just at the surface. This thing's a lot heavier, has more resistance than I thought it would. But at any rate. So the trigger setting appears to be okay. It's not set too light where it just throwing it in the water didn't trip it, which is good. And didn't get a miss strike either. So let's see what we got here. All right, not gonna set the hook with my hand. Got him. I think we had a miss strike there. Yep, we had a miss strike. Bobbers are all tangled up. Get all some of this grass off of here. If anybody knows a good way to get all this grass under control in my pond, slime, let me know. I got grass carp in here, apparently they can't keep up. So we had a miss strike there, and I'm gonna tighten up this trigger a little bit. So again, you got the little piece right there. You take the tool they give you, and it's just there to give you leverage. You could probably do this if you didn't have it, but we're gonna bend that in just a little bit. See if we can increase that trigger tension. Got one. Got a young'un that time. But in a survival situation, that right there is food. That's better than nothing. So I dig it. I think it's great. That's all you need is that right there. You can catch some fish. It sets the hook for you. It'd be great for if you had several of those, you could, and you had overhanging limbs. Put this fish up. If you had overhanging limbs, you could set up several of them, come back and check them later. That is the Speedhook. Let me know what you guys think. Something you would carry in a survival kit? I think this guy will. So, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment down below, share with your friends, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time with another product testing video. I'm gonna see if I can catch some more with the old Speedhook here. Yeehaw.